This is Scott Challen, your English teacher, so Professor de Inglês. Okay, most Brazilians and other students of English are taught to pronounce the regular past tense in only one way. I believe the reason for this is to simplify the pronunciation process. They are told to pronounce the full ed sound every time, regardless of the last sound in the word. For example, love it, like it, pick it, etc. I am sorry to say, but all these pronunciations are wrong. As students advance, they usually learn that there are 3 different rules and many last letter sounds that require 3 different past tense pronunciations, depending on the last sound of the base form of the verb. I always teach my students to only worry about any regular verb that ends in the sound T or D, like invite or divide. If they do, then you will always pronounce the past tense as id. It is spelt ed, but pronounced id. For all other endings, the sounds do have 2 other specific rules. But if you make a mistake and pronounce the other ending, for example, the d instead of the t, or the t instead of the d, the difference in sound is not so obvious. For example, the phonetic pronunciation picked, that was the correct way. The phonetic pronunciation picked instead of picked, or luft instead of loved, they're technically mistakes. But as long as you don't pronounce id for any other ending that did not end in the sound of T or D, then your accent and the fact that you are not a native English speaker will not be so obvious. One more example. If you say liked instead of liked, there's not a great difference in sound. But if you say like it instead of liked, you can hear a clear difference in sound. The same is true for saying loved instead of loved. No big deal. But if you say loved, then there is a clear difference in sound. As you increase your pronunciation of the other 2, I'm not following my written here. Okay, so as you increase your vocabulary through reading, writing, and watching videos, or contact with English speakers, you will learn the correct pronunciation of the other 2 sets of rules. But just keep things simple, okay? Try to just keep it simple. I really believe it'll make it much easier on you as you are developing your English, and you'll sound as close to a native speaker as possible. So remember, this very first rule I taught you, which is that if the regular verb ends in the sound of T or D, then you can say id. Okay? So contract, contracted, attend, attended, ignite, ignited, etc. Okay? My number for contact is +1 954 296 5262. This way you could contact me via WhatsApp. That seems to be the most popular form of communication lately. You can send audio files, you can send text, etc. You can even make a phone call if you have a internet connection. Again, that's +1 954 296 5262. And for my Portuguese speaking friends, that's mais 954 296 5262. Send me questions, ask about classes, etc. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.